that in a few minutes from now, Prime Minister will be inaugurating an educational complex that holds prime importance in terms of the kind of facilities that are provided and what all is lined up when it comes to the development projects he is set to inaugurate this evening. Of course, that light and sound show in Modhera and India's first solar-powered village is also the message that he wants to send out to the entire country, so the other states also feel more inspired. What more can you tell us, Priyanka?
Well, yes, Suyesh, as you mentioned, there were some network issues, but we did see that the Prime Minister, in fact, is going to start his 3-day visit to his home state of Gujarat, starting with Modhera. In fact, we are standing right now here in the Modhera town as well, where Modhera, that is going to be declared as a 100% electrified village, the first village of the country that is 100% electrified with the use of solar energy. And that is going to be declared by the Prime Minister. Along with that, he's going to be inaugurating that solar power plant as well that has about 30 to 35,000 units of energy generation every day, along with a battery storage unit, which helps in the electrification of the villages, not just of Modhera, but nearby villages as well. And those will be electrified fully with the use of solar power. So that, of course, is a pet project of the Prime Minister, and he had talked about this during the time of his tenure as the Chief Minister of Gujarat as well. And now we see that this entire project is going to be inaugurated by the Prime Minister today and will be declared to the nation as well. Apart from that, he has always, time and time again, focused on the use of solar energy, and now we see that the beneficiaries of the villages as well. In the phase 1 of the project that had been given, about 271 houses that had been given these solar rooftop installations are now telling us that there is a 100% cost reduction, and there is, of course, energy generation that is done in the solar power plant that helps not just the villages but also the industrial areas as well that are expected to be developed in and around this area as well. Now, that being said, that is the entire program for today, Suesha. Apart from this, after he comes to this particular rally place, I'd like to try to pan my camera and show you the kind of the massive hall that is in fact being made for the Prime Minister to come here and address the people. Because remember, this is not also just about the developmental projects. The importance of this is also that of the impending elections that are all set to take place in December. And this really seems to be that the Prime Minister's campaigning route has also been started. The blitzkrieg when it comes to the Gujarat elections campaigning that the Prime Minister has taken, because now the first 3-day visit, in fact, of the Prime Minister that is taking place right after the 28-29 September visit that had also culminated, and in such frequency that we see of the Prime Minister coming to his home state of Gujarat, trying to remind the people of Gujarat that the message for the BJP for the Gujarat elections is only that of development, trying to remind the people of Gujarat as well that the developmental projects that he had talked about, inaugurated as well, and laid the foundation stone for during his tenure as the Chief Minister, he's coming back as the Prime Minister and inaugurating them and dedicating them to the nation as well. So this is a huge message, Suesha, that is being sent out by the Prime Minister, especially when it comes to his visits to the home state, because not just here in Modhera, because tomorrow and day after as well, the Prime Minister is going to be here in his home state, where he will be going to Jamnagar, he'll be going to Anand, then of course he's going to also inaugurate several projects in Ahmedabad as well. So all of that has a huge significance when it comes to the messaging of the BJP as well, the messaging of the Prime Minister as well, because even in the last visit we had seen, Suesha, that he had shared that stage with the Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel, and he had talked about the double-engine Sarkar. He has time and time again talked about how when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat, the projects that he is now coming back to inaugurate had been stopped by the Delhi government, the union government of that time, and that is why we see that
All right, the network is slightly unstable in where Priyanka is standing, and understandably so for the jammers that have been installed as Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to inaugurate that educational complex. I believe, Priyanka, you're back with us and you're also standing at a distance so that you are able to talk to all the viewers. But just a sense of, Priyanka, this particular project that the Prime Minister is inaugurating, the scale of this educational institute, and is the Prime Minister also going to be addressing the crowds? When can we cut across to him? More details from you, please.
a.m. today, post which he will be coming to here in Mehsana in Modhera, and then of course he will be addressing all of the public that you see around me. As you mentioned, we can't move around because of the network issues, but we will try to show you as much as we can with respect to the
All right, Priyanka, they're getting us all the details of the Prime Minister's visit. Chock-a-block schedule in the next 3 days. Absolutely action-packed when it comes to the development projects that the Prime Minister will be launching in the state of Gujarat. That is all set to go to polls in the month of December. And over 14,500 crore rupees of projects that are set to be inaugurated by the Prime Minister between the 9th and the 11th of October. Extremely important as this is the home state. Also set to go to polls by the end of this year. All focus of the BJP on the state of Gujarat, where like I mentioned, the Prime Minister will be inaugurating this educational complex at about 3:15. Then at about 5:30 p.m. is when Prime Minister will inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of multiple projects at Modhera in Mehsana. And a light and sound show that is also scheduled for this evening. It is a huge achievement because this is going to be declared as India's first solar-powered village in Modhera. And